Good evening, guys. Bill McMillan here with IndyWX.com. Monday evening, and with the exception of a couple of lingering snow showers and snow flurries, mostly dry across central Indiana. Clouds are beginning to decrease across the area as well, and that should set up a rather cold night. We think overnight lows this evening, probably in the upper teens to lower 20s across most of central Indiana. And for the most part, the next couple of days will be dry and seasonably cold. We'll notice moderating temperatures going into the second half of the work week, and then rain will begin to impact central Indiana as we go into Friday. The big question still remains over the upcoming weekend how things evolve with a shift to much colder conditions next week. Whether or not we've got any snow to deal with in between the seasonal conditions that we have now and the very cold pattern that we'll deal with late in the weekend and early next week is yet to be determined. We've been posting about this. Anytime you're going through any sort of major pattern changes, model mayhem is certainly expected, and then when you have a crashing SOI or a Southern Oscillation Index, it doesn't help matters at all, especially in that medium to long term. So a lot to sort through in the coming days. That said, quiet conditions tonight and for the next couple of days with dry skies. Lows tonight, upper teens to lower 20s. We think highs tomorrow probably in the lower to middle 30s, and then we'll repeat that on Wednesday with overnight lows again falling into the lower 20s. Highs Wednesday with a partly cloudy sky likely to climb into the mid to upper 30s across most of central Indiana. Let's go in and take a look at the latest GFS forecast model here, and again, high pressure will provide dry skies over the next couple of days before moisture begins to increase late Thursday and Friday in association with this area of low pressure across the Central Plains. That will lift northeast into the lower Great Lakes region, and then whether or not we deal with a secondary area of low pressure along the pressing Arctic boundary is yet to be determined. Forecast models will continue to provide wide varying solutions over the next couple of days. Case in point, just today, the 12Z GFS had a pretty good snow hit for southern Indiana. As you can see now, 18Z really suppressed with that. And it should be noted also, we can't show it, but the European model wasn't too excited for snow possibilities here Sunday into Monday. That said, we're not buying any particular solution just yet. As we've been talking, forecast models will continue to really struggle with handling the specifics of the day-to-day forecast really just a few days out, but when we're talking about potentially something in that 6 to 7 day time frame, we've got a few more days before we want to get too confident with any one particular solution. What we are very confident on, though, is a big blast of Arctic air coming in here early next week, and that's going to send temperatures down to levels most likely around or maybe even a few degrees below zero. The Canadian forecast model here has a large swath of sub-zero cold in here as we go. Sorry if I can zoom out a little bit. Anywhere from 2 to 5 degrees below zero across central Indiana early next week. That may be a bit too cold if we don't lay snow down. Regardless, we think temperatures go to around zero for overnight lows early next week, with highs only topping out in the teens. Add snow into the forecast, and then temperatures of 5 to 10 below zero certainly would be attainable early next week. So a lot to continue to look at. I would say too, it's going to be tough with this pattern not to deal with any snow whatsoever, whether that comes from a southern stream type event as the GFS model earlier today portrayed, or maybe an Arctic clipper with high ratio snows. Not sure yet. Just have very low confidence with the specifics concerning the snow. But I would say it's going to be very unlikely to go through this pattern without dealing with some sort of snow as this Arctic plunge moves into the area early next week. So we'll see as we continue to rumble closer and closer to the weekend and into next week. We'll keep you updated here on IndyWX.com. In the meantime, make it a great evening, and we'll talk with you soon.